So what is the true cost of owning a BRZ here in Canada? Back in 2022, I purchased my BRZ in November, and I got a 2023 Subaru BRZ. And at the time, for me, is unfortunate, but BRZs were really scarce around Canada. You could not find one. That goes the same for Toyota GR86s. So actually, I had pre-orders for the Toyota GR86, and they could not find me one for 9 months. So I got really upset, and I ended up looking for Subarus instead. And it only took me a month, but I found one. But it wasn't in the city that I lived in. It was in Edmonton, but at least I found one. So I went all the way up to Edmonton. The same night I found it and purchased it. Like I said, unfortunately for me, because they were so scarce, $43,000 for my BRZ. But aside from paying for that, there's also obviously insurance, gas, and basically the things that you don't really think about when purchasing a car. Obviously, when you purchase a sports car, you're not really trying to think about all the expenses. But if you are going to be dealing one, these are the things that you kind of really have to think about. Costs. So first of all, let's talk about insurance. I am over 25, so luckily for me, my insurance is a little bit lower. Now, if you're under 25, I can see that skyrocketing between $250 to even $500 depending on your record. So if you're a guy who likes to race around a lot and have lots of tickets, you're going to be seeing around $500 to even $600 a month for insurance. That's something that people don't take into account before they buy the car. Depending on how much you drive as well, gas is going to be huge, because actually I dailied my BRZ for an entire year because I sold my daily and to get money for the BRZ. So I actually had to daily the BRZ through winter, and that was, it was fun, but it was super expensive. BRZs, if you didn't know, required 91 or premium. So you do have to pay for the premium gas every time. The thing people don't really take into account is maintenance, oil changes, tire swaps, stuff like that, especially if you're dailying the car. This is more of an enthusiast car. A lot of you are just going to be doing that yourself. Oil changes, I don't know what the rest of Canada looks like, but $120, $100 to $120 here in Calgary for a synthetic oil change, 0W20. It's kind of expensive, but if you're mechanically inclined and you have some friends, go do it yourself. I do my own oil changes now. Mind you that you might void your warranty if you do, or something happens and they find out you're doing your own oil changes. Just keep that in mind and try to record everything as much as possible to cover your butt. But if you do your own oil changes, you could probably spend around $70 to $80 on parts and oil yourself. So you'll be saving about like $40 to $50. I try to use the OEM stuff, OEM Subaru oil and OEM Subaru filters, and I'm spending around $60 to $65. So now the last thing I want to talk about is living specifically here in Calgary. I can't really speak for the rest of Canada, but in Calgary we get about 8 months of winter, which is really upsetting. I do have a daily now, so I do store my car between October and May. So that's a long time. So I essentially just drive the car like May, June, July, August, like 4 or 5 months. September I start slowing down on using it because sometimes it's getting a little wet and snowy outside. So I only get to drive the car for 4 months in a year. Aside from that, in May and June, we also see a lot of hail. Calgary is in the hailstorm belt, so we do need to watch out for that as well. And then all the flooding, because even at stock height, the BRZ GR86s, they will not survive any level of flooding. It's really upsetting, but that's just the nature of having a sports car. Now, that being said, if you were to ask me, is it affordable to own a BRZ in Canada? With the economy where it is right now, not really, no. It's a yes and no answer. That being said, when they say this is the last affordable sports car, GR86, the BRZ, I'm gonna say no, because it's really not affordable anymore. It's not like when the FRS and the BRZ first came out with a generation 1, where everything was so cheap. Everything was so cheap to do, even if it was on premium fuel. Maintenance and everything was so cheap and easy to do. Now with the new generation, it's a little bit more expensive for everything, and now you're seeing a bunch of BRZs staying on lots and not being sold because people just can't afford the luxury of having a sports car anymore. It's too expensive. So when you ask me how the true cost of owning a BRZ in Canada, so aside from the finance, you're looking around 40,000, 40 to 45,000 after taxes, insurance and all that. You're looking at around, you know what, let's do some research. Okay, so I did some research. So on average, Calgarians are driving about 18,000 kilometers a year, and when you integrate premium gas, you're spending around between $2,500 to $4,000 in gas. Now insurance, so on average, if you are over 25 and own a BRZ or second gen BRZ, in Calgary you're spending around about $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Now if you're under 25, you are paying about $4,000 to $6,000. That's yearly, that's annually. So all my numbers here. If you're asking me the true cost of owning a BRZ in Canada, you're looking at around $1,000 in maintenance a year. That's just standard oil changes, tire rotations, filters, stuff like that. And you're looking at about $3,000 in insurance and about $3,000 in gas. So you're looking at around $7,000 a year. That's on top of how much you're already spending for your finance. So I'll let you decide whether that's affordable for you. And the economy now versus how I had my FRS back in the day, it's not that affordable anymore. When you say the GR86 and the BRZ are the last affordable sports car, there's really an asterisk to that. Sports cars are becoming a luxury. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the video. Hopefully you learned something, or hopefully I helped you out in your buying process for the vehicle. If you've been vetting out the BRZ, if you were to ask me whether to go for the GR86 or BRZ, I'm kind of biased. Go for the Subaru. All right, bye.